Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my delightful bestie Jessica.
Sorry guys, I'm still sick and poor Mandy's bearing the brunt of that. Anyhow, it's time for those 1-minute book recs. This is where we go over all the books we read in the past week with 1-minute synopsises for each book. But I do think we have a little bit of housekeeping this morning before we get into this.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on all of the fun. We have a giveaway going on still right now. See Hallman's book giveaway. You definitely want to make sure you fill out that Google form so you can win a book from her. And we have our Valentine's Day gift exchange happening. And if you are in the US, Canada, or Australia, we should be able to make that work for you guys. So we would love for you to sign up and participate. And we have a winner to announce from our other giveaway.
Yes. So we did a giveaway for BJ Alpha's Azrael. It's a signed copy. Once BJ has the copies, then she'll help us get that to the winner. But the winner of that is Joanna Claire Riley. So congratulations. And we'll reach out. We'll have Becky's waiting to find out who the winner was. So we'll connect somehow. Do we want her to message us or do we want to try and message her? How are we doing this?
We can probably reach her in the Facebook and BJ's
Yeah.
Facebook group.
That's what we'll do. And we'll make the announcement there too, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what we'll do. We'll make the announcement on the thread in BJ's Facebook group. See, still a little bit secure. And we will reach out and get that to you as soon as possible. So congratulations, Joanna. Yay. A signed copy of Azrael.
So that is our first book out of our 26 books of 2026. Yeah. And then, like I said, we have King of Corium by C. Hallman giveaway going on right now. And we have several more giveaways planned. So definitely stay tuned. Our hope is as we wrap one up, we have another one we're enrolling since we're doing 26 this year. I know of the next 2 that we're doing, and you're definitely going to want to be here for those.
Yep, definitely. So can't say anything yet, but I'm excited for it. So okay. Yes. All right. Well, let's talk books. What?
Oh, and as well as we're on to housekeeping stuff, don't forget about book club this Friday. We are reading Blackthorn by J.T. Geisinger. That's this Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Sunday, which would be, I don't know what date off the top of my head,
February
but at 2 p.m. Yeah, February 1st is our January buddy read, which is kind of funny, but it is our January buddy read with Amber and Jen. It is at 2 p.m. like we mentioned last time, to note that that is 1 hour later than normal. And that is for Cursed King by Jay Saman, or she's writing under Julie Saman for that one.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Lots of fun things happening on our channel.
Yep. I have something to show you though before we get started.
Oh, before we dive in? Okay.
Before we dive in, look at how cute this is. One of the little old ladies in our church makes birthday cards for all the women. And if you get a birthday card handmade by her, like, then you know that you've made it as a woman in the church.
Nice. That's really cute.
She sends me one every year, but they're all handmade by her. And it's so cute. Normally they're really intricate, typically like big time. This one is pretty intricate too, but it's always a fun thing every year to get her birthday card, because then I feel very, very special. So that is proof that it doesn't take a gift to make somebody feel special. It just takes a birthday card you worked on for 10 hours. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk.
We should be seeing a short this week of your birthday book haul, right?
Yes, I had.
Did you get 50 books for being almost 50?
No, I didn't. I think, what did I say? I got 12, 15 counting yours, maybe. I have to count the number again. They're up above me, but we're also going to do
slight ways off.
It is, but you know what? I remember when I was turning, what was it, 43 or whatever, and I wanted those books, and I remember the bill that came in after my husband made those books happen, and I don't want that again. So it adds up quickly. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about our reading weeks. How was yours?
My reading week was kind of all over the place with my reading. I read 13 books.
Did you really?
Yes.
Okay. So as we all know, I was sick. So I didn't do a lot of reading. And you and I had this conversation where you're like, yeah, when I'm sick, I just want to watch Dateline. And I was like, yeah, I went down some YouTube rabbit holes. I just couldn't concentrate. I read 5. So Mandy's got quite a few books to talk about.
I will not be talking about all of them, and we'll see why as I get going.
Okay. All right. Well, that means you get to start, Fred.
I am so honored.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
So first up, I decided to get in the Valentine's Day spirit. So
Okay.
don't forget about the Valentine book gift exchange.
Yep. Yep.
If you want to participate. So I listened to Cupid's Shot by Serena Peer. This is narrated by Liam D. Cosmo, I think is how you say his name, and Bridget Bador. Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Yeah.
And this is about Sarah and Aaron. Sarah and Aaron knew each other back in high school. Sarah has lived like out on the West Coast for like 10 years, recently just moved back to her hometown and is kind of reconnecting with Aaron. Aaron is tending the bar and he happens to be working shirtless, and apparently he's got some very nice abs on display while he's wearing his Cupid wings, which is where the story kind of comes from. So this is just a really fun Valentine's Day novella of kind of rediscovering someone from your past in a different light. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. It is a novella. You and I both have really enjoyed the series. I think I have one more left in the series to read.
I think I have one too, but mine's the fire. Is mine the firefighter one? Mine's on a different end. I've read a whole.
Mine's smack dab in the middle. I haven't read the St. Patrick's Day one.
Okay. All right. Well, the first book that I picked up this week is one that I thought was going to be amazing, and probably wasn't. Now, just keep in mind, I was sick, and so it was really hard to concentrate. It took me like 5 days to read this book. It was just sad. So this was The Outlaw and the Lady by Lorraine Heath. So this is, oops, I didn't mean to do that. This is a historical romance. It is about Angela and Lee. So Lee Raven is our hero. He is a bank robber. There's a reason why. He's got this little band of brothers that he robs these banks in the Old West, with, and he's got his secrets. And one day he's robbing a bank, or one evening he's robbing a bank, when Angela comes walking around the corner and interrupts the bank robbery in progress, or the fleeing from the bank robbery. And so he sees nobody can describe him or what he looks like, but now this person has seen him, and so he has no choice but to abduct her and take her with them to keep them safe. And that is what he does. So he takes her on the road with him. And a little while later, about a day later or so, maybe not even that, he realizes that he probably could have left her behind because she is blind. But now she knows too much about them from them talking and stuff that he can't leave her behind. And so then they just end up on this thing. I gave it 3 stars. I love the stuff that I've read by Lorraine Heath. This one just didn't hit right for me, and I don't know why. It was kind of boring in a lot of places. So while there were some parts that were enjoyable, where I was like, oh, and you would think he kidnaps her, he's a bad cowboy, it's historical bad cowboy, and she's blind. Like, you would think that this would be right up my alley, but I just got bored and didn't care. So it was all right. I finished it. You just probably won't see it in your rec videos. So, okay, next.
Well, my apologies, because I have let a series become my entire identity.
Oh, the pride that I have. Also the slight jealousy, because I want to read them again for the first time.
Well, I actually took a page out of your book and I did a reread because I realized it had been 4 years since I read the first Planet Barbarians. And I would like to point out, I think that you made a rookie mistake. You gave me like all of these really good books to read. I was reading, well, you got me hooked on Carrie Ann Cole.
Yeah.
The Surviving Trace. I mean, I could just Birthday Girl. I mean, you just laid out Cora Riley, all of these really good
Yes.
books. And then you were like, oh, you need to read Ice Planet Barbarians. So I read it and I didn't really care for it that much. I rated it 3 stars. I didn't enjoy the women being abducted by aliens or any of that. I guess I'm kind of now talking about the book. So
Yeah.
we could probably just stay on
Okay.
for this.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
If you want.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that part and I felt like it was rather dark and I just didn't care for it.
But you had not
But
read dark romance at all at this point.
I had not really read dark romance at all. I
Not
don't
that
even
these
think
are.
I'd read Dark Notes or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so to me, it just wasn't, I didn't like it. I started to enjoy it a little bit more once we got past that. And then they were trying to like figure things out once they were with like the good aliens on Not Hoth.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I decided I needed to go back since it was 4 years and reread it, which led me to searching Pango to find one of the more original cover. I think it's not the cartoon cover.
Yeah.
So I did that and this has just become my whole identity. So anyways, this is about the women they're abducted, they crash land there, and then they're rescued, and the blue aliens are just really nice.
Perfect. They're perfect.
Yeah. They are appalled by some of the things that the women have been through, and it just doesn't even register in their mind that that stuff should happen.
Yep.
So my apologies that I have become obsessed with this series, but I am going to complete the whole series before we go in March. There's 31 books, I believe.
Including novellas, I think, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just bear with me as this becomes my identity. And I'm sorry, Jessica, because I did tell you when we went to meet Ruby Dixon that I could take 5 of your books. And now I
No.
cannot do that.
Okay.
We will bring
understand.
wigs and disguises and go through her line multiple times.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you. So what did you change your rating to?
I changed it to a 4.
Okay. I just
don't
can't
know
tell
that
you.
I'm quite at a 5, but I'm loving them so much that maybe
Yeah.
they are. I
I
don't know
mean,
what's wrong with me.
that's the thing. I always rate them a 4, but I reread them all the time. So are they technically 5s? Like that's, but there are some that stand out to me as more of a favorite than others. There's some that I'll go to for a reread before others. So I don't know. I just know that they're worth it. They're worth a read, and I know that they're very popular. They hit their popularity peak there a while ago. So I know a lot of people have read them, but I still feel like there's a lot out there that haven't. So if you haven't, come on the wild ride with Mandy, and I'll be jealous of you too. Yeah.
So since I'm ahead of you on books, we might as well just talk about book number 3 for me,
Sure.
which was a reread. I reread the next book, which was Barbarian Alien. And in this one, there's like the 12 humans, and we really get into the whole Kui. Why it looks like Huey. I knew that
I
was
know,
wrong
and
when I
it
said it.
depends on
Kui.
who narrates it, but I always say Kui.
So the Kui, and in this one it chooses Rahosh and
Rahosh.
what?
You say Rahosh?
Rahosh?
Rahosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that's not what that's okay. I know
Is
you've
that
had
not how you say it?
That's how you say it, Rahosh. Yeah.
Rahosh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to be like, now how do I say this one?
And Liz.
Yes.
And
I love
Liz
Liz.
is like really not happy that her Kui, or Cootie as she calls it, chooses Rahosh. And I love that the aliens get so confused by the stuff that the women say. Like they don't understand things. And mating and like being naked is just like a part of just like, eating dinner, basically. And he's like a virgin and pretty clueless about things, but this one was a little funny, like not in
I
like
love
it's a
her
big blue
personality.
alien funny, but there was a little bit of comedy and the
Yes.
miscommunications between the two.
Yeah. It's the
So
noop.
there we go.
Yeah. Where she does the noop. I think, and Liz is a fan favorite for a character. She's just sassy. She's sassy. She's something else. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about my next book, because my next one was a 5-star read.
Ooh, nice.
And It was a historical. I know. Okay, so this is When a Laird Loves a Lady, and it is by Julie Johnston. Johnstone. This is like the first book I've read by her. I haven't even heard of her. Sorry if other people have. Anyhow, so this is about Marion. She lives in England. She is the daughter to, I think her dad's like a lord or something, and he's a dick. And he is marrying her off to this knight that she wants nothing to do with. And it's all political. The knight is a really cruel guy, but he wants a part, like if he marries her, he can inherit her father's lands because she doesn't have any brothers. And it's like a whole thing. So she decides she is going to fake her own death. Her mother was from Scotland, and her mother's guard is from Scotland. And he's now like the stable master or whatever, and he helps to arrange that for her, and then she's supposed to go to Scotland to where his clan is and claim sanctuary there. Well, before that can happen, on the day that she decides that she's going to pretend to kill herself, this Scottish dude shows up when everybody's searching for her, and it is actually the head of the stable master's clan, and that is Ian, and he is there by order of the king to marry her, and she has no clue that that's what's happening. He ends up finding her, and they end up getting married, but they're on the run from the night guy, and he is a widower, and he refuses to give her his heart. He refuses to fall in love, and he tells her over and over again, it is never going to happen. I will be good to you, but I will never love you. So there was a lot of angst in this one, and it was just yummy. I gave it 5 stars. Now it is narrated by a dude for the whole narration, and of course it is in third person. I think if it would have been in first person, it'd have been even more angstier, but it is what it is, and I did enjoy it a lot. So there you go. Okay.
All right. So after reading the Alien books, I had to switch it up.
Did you really though?
I did. I switched it up pretty drastically.
Oh, okay.
And I read, this might be, I would need to go and like thoroughly search Goodreads, so please don't fact check me. But this is probably one of the most rated books that I've ever read.
Okay.
It's up in like, oh, I think it's approaching 400,000. It was like way over 300,000. And I was surprised.
Okay.
And that is The Ritual by Chantal Tessier.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So I like greatly switch things up here. So this is a very dark romance. It's secret society. It's extremely, I would go very spicy on this. It like would probably be like a third of the book if all the sex scenes were out of it. So we have Riot, who is a lord, and he has, or maybe he's not, he's in the secret society of the lords. And he's completed 3 years of the initiation. So maybe he's not actually a lord yet. And once you get to this part, he gets to choose a woman to be basically like his sex plaything. But they can't do it. They can do everything else. It's a little different. I'll just say that. She is actually the girlfriend of one of his ex-best friends, and there was some sort of falling out. We don't know what it is. And as this book goes along, we're kind of learning with Blakely, who is the heroine that he chooses. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that yet. We kind of learn with her what this whole secret society is about, very vaguely, but like these rituals and all of this stuff we're kind of finding out about. It is really difficult to talk about because it's secret society, and as you go through it, you figure things out, and you might know what's happening and you might not know what's happening. It's a wild ride. And I don't know if I've done a very good job of explaining it. It was 5 stars for me, and I ordered the center and cannot wait to start it.
Oh, I love your reading week so far. I know. So The Ritual is one of those books for me where I'm like, I don't need all of the spicy scenes at all. Like,
Yeah, there was a lot.
Way too many. Still a good book. Didn't hurt it. Like in some books, I'm like, I want plot, more plot than that. But there was enough plot in there too that I guess it evened it out. But yeah, there was a lot in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the story itself could stand alone. So
it's very different. So if you're looking for something very different in the dark romance genre, I mean, it is dark.
Yeah.
It's definitely something worth checking out.
Yep. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
even though it's extremely long, it does not feel extremely
Well,
long.
and the audio is extremely good. So, you know,
Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning.
all good.
It's because
Okay.
it's cold. Can you
Is that what
yawn
it is?
because it's cold? Is that a thing?
I don't think it's a thing, but that's okay.
Okay.
So the next book that I read, I listened to, and I actually, this was a reread, but it was a first time listen. And I got this book for my birthday for my husband. And so I wanted to do the re-listen. So that a reread was first time listen. Anyhow, so this is Cruel Love by E.K. Hunter. This one, speaking of dark, is very dark. Oops, gosh dang, I keep doing that. Our hero in this one is unredeemable. He really does some horrible things to our heroine, and he does not apologize for it. It is just who he is. But this is about James and Willow. So Willow lives in this home. It's called Pear Tree House, and it is where this secret society has all of these girls that are there. They're all orphaned or they've been living on the streets. They're brought in around the age of 10, and then they are trained to be a wife or a mistress or whatever to these groups of guys. Nothing happens to them till they're 18 when they graduate. But by that time, they're already brainwashed into thinking that their sole purpose is to do whatever these guys want. Our hero, James, is coming to find himself a wife at Pear Tree House before the next graduation ceremony, because his father has told him that if he does not get married within a month and sire a child within 3 months, that he is going to give his seat on this council of the secret society to his Weasley little cousin. And so he has got to make sure that this happens. So he comes into this with no feeling at all. And Willow is actually an assistant to the headmistress there. That has never been through the training, and he sees her when she brings him a whiskey because he doesn't want these girls, and he sees her and he's like, I want that one, and they're like, her birthday's in a week, and so he has to go back a week later and pick her up. He is very cruel. It's got a lot of breeding in it, but in the end, we all know that he comes around. So I had originally given this 4 stars when I read it. The audio is done by Lucas Dixon and Willa James, and it is so good that I gave it 5 stars for audio. So this is one of those times when we say an audiobook can make or break the book. And so this one actually elevated the book for me. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I can't wait for the next book to come out later this spring.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What's next for you?
Well, after the ritual, I went back to Ice Planet Barbarians. And we don't have to switch over for these.
Okay.
I did the 2 novellas, Having the Barbarians Baby and Ice Babies, which is part of the Slice of Life story. So they're pretty short, fun, just kind of, I mean, they're exactly what they are, like Having the Barbarians Baby and then when Nora has the twins.
Yes.
So it's just like a slice of life, basically, like a little glimpse into what's happening with those characters. So I rated both of those 4 stars and I enjoyed them.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, the next book that I read was, again, I say read, but I listened to it, was an audio that I'd been waiting for that came out, I think this last week or maybe the week before. And that is Westbound by Maggie Rodden. This is the 3rd book in the Quiet Horseman series. This is the one I was waiting for the audio because our hero abducts our heroine from a nunnery. And that's really what happens here. So this is about Levi. He is one of the brothers and of these Mafia cowboy guys, and he is in Germany at a nunnery place. He's researching relics because of some other stuff that's happening in the first 2 books, and so he's there pretending to be a priest on sabbatical when he sees this nun. She's actually hasn't taken her holy vows yet. She's apostolate or whatever they call it. And that is Zephyrin. And she is the daughter to the guy that they're trying to, I don't know, get their relics from to figure out what he's done. He's the enemy, basically. And so he befriends her. She goes into confession one day, not realizing that it's him, and she confesses that she's got feelings for a priest. She starts to get a little suspicious because of the way she sees a tattoo on his neck. And so she starts to get a little suspicious. And drugs him one night trying to get answers when he realizes that she's a little bit more than just a nun. And so he actually abducts her and takes her back to Colorado to the family. And then all these things transpire. She's got some secrets. He's got some stuff going on. I gave it 4 stars. I think that if you have been raised Catholic, this would hit a little bit differently than somebody who's been raised non-denominational, because for me the priest, like, somebody was like, oh my gosh, your rosary is going to burn up for this, and I'm like, but it doesn't, because it doesn't hit me that way. It's not something that my brain is. It's just 2 people for me. So it's kind of like how Priest by Sierra Simone, some people think it's just amazing, and I'm like, I don't get why it was so taboo, because I wasn't raised Catholic. So
Yeah.
if you were, it might hit you a little bit differently than it hit me. Still 4 stars, still enjoyed it a lot. I'm enjoying the series.
Okay.
Okay. Plus, the guy on the cover with his glasses, he is just so freaking hot. Just thought you should know that. Okay. Next.
Okay. Again, I apologize. My next book is Barbarian's Mate, which is number 6 in the Iceland Barbarians series. So this is Josie and Hayden's story.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh, so Hayden is also a super grumpy alien. And I saw a review where someone said that this is basically like the same stories over and over again. I didn't feel that way, and I'm binging these, but I do see the same, but I felt like they felt differently. But so Hayden is also pretty grumpy. And Josie, she has kind of just grown up in a situation where she's sort of desperate for love. She's very excited to find somebody to love her, basically, but she is not happy that it's Hayden. Like, she is not pleased about that, so much so that she decides to run away, and they're on this ice planet. So where she thinks she's really, what she's going to accomplish, I don't know, but she does decide to run away. And my time is up.
Okay. But you can't leave him on a cliffhanger.
Well, you got to go read the book.
This one's definitely enemies to lovers. I do love this one a lot. This is another fan favorite. I can see how people feel like it's the same story, but I can see how somebody who's not into them can see that. But I've read all of them, and we're talking all the spin-offs, all of it, and not one seems like it's a duplicate story to me. They're all different in their own way. So whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm binging them, and I'm not
Mhm.
feeling that way. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're all aliens, so you're gonna
Yeah.
have to have some similar themes.
Exactly.
You can't exactly have like, and everybody, like, everyone crash landed there. The women did. And the aliens also crash landed there a long time ago and are just trying to survive. And so you don't have a lot of, like, no one can go be a pro football player
No.
or a billionaire. Like, you're really limited on how your tropes, so you're going to have to get creative, which I think Ruby Dixon does a great job with. But again, I'm sorry that I'm obsessed with this right now.
You do not have to apologize. Rules. There are rules. We do not apologize for Ice Planet Barbarians on this channel.
That is true.
Okay.
Well, that is something that when we started the channel, we just wanted to talk about the books we're reading. And so there are times where we will pick certain books to read because we want to do a certain trope. But even then, we're picking books we would still want to read. So we really, for the most part, try very hard. Like, we're reading what we normally read.
Exactly.
So we try very hard to keep it authentic while still making the channel work.
Yep. Yes, we do. Okay, ready for my last book of the week?
I am not.
Well, that's tough because that's what I got for you as my last book of the week. Okay. So this is Deadliest Desire by Nikki Ash. This is the second book in her Tempting Love series. This one is about Daniela and Mateo. This is a brother's best friend, which again, I don't understand, but that's okay. So this is an age gap because there is 12 years difference. But Daniela has been, like, this is Mafia adjacent, and Daniela has been raised at boarding school basically, and then she went off to college. So she knows her brother and his best friend, but she doesn't know them very well because, again, parents shipped her off to boarding school so that she would be away from the family business and not be raised in the middle of all of this crime and drama. And so now she's returned home from her college graduation. Oh, and she's bringing home a husband with her that nobody knew about. This quickly turns into a thing. Something terrible happens because the husband is not who he says he is. And that ends up in Mateo taking her to his house to keep her safe. Some horrible things have already happened to her. But Mateo is a little standoffish. He's always been attracted to her. She is a plus size heroine. But he thinks she's gorgeous. And yeah, they're kind of forced to be together. And at first he's like, it's my best friend's sister. But then the best friend at one point is like, I'm just glad you guys are happy. So that's why I don't get the best friend thing. Seriously, not at all. Anyhow, gave it 4 stars. Enjoyed the story. I'm ready for the third one when that comes out, because this one just came out.
Okay.
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 What do you
I am done with Planet Barbarians for the rest of my reading this week in case anybody was wanting to tune out.
Okay.
But unfortunately, my next read was just okay. And so that
Okay.
is Hometown Advantage by A.K. Landau. This is about Sully. Sully is, oops, that was not my timer. I pushed something else on my computer. Sorry. Sully is a professional basketball player. She just landed a big contract in Philadelphia with a brand new women's NBA team. And Vance is a professional football player who's been in Philadelphia for a little while. The two of them know each other because he was her brother's best friend. Her brother was killed in the line of duty in the military, and they had a falling out. They're now in the same town and kind of the same circle of friends and things like that. So they're forced together. She does not want to be around him and finds his presence very triggering. So we go through in flashbacks and kind of see what happened and what has led to this, and them like finding their way back to each other. I rated it 3 stars. I liked it, but there were many times where I got really bored with it. And I'll just be 100% honest. I felt like the reason they had their falling out, I feel like there was 100 different ways that that should have been handled, the choices that were made. And it just didn't feel authentic.
Okay. Wonderful. Next.
Trying really hard not to apologize.
I can see that.
Okay.
Okay.
So next, I read a banned book. I had to go to the
Oh, a
author's
band. I was like, wait, like they played the flute? Sorry, I got brain fog going on here. A band book. Okay.
Banned book.
Okay.
Banned.
Not a book about bands.
I had to go to the author's website to get this.
Okay. Tell
And
me all
that
about it.
is Step Crush by Danny Danny Wyatt, sorry. This book is about a couple with the most complicated names in history. So we have Ramses. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So Ramses was Bijou's, did I say that right? Hopefully. Yes. Bijou's stepfather. And he is no longer her stepfather, but he has been stalking her and watching her, and he has decided it is now time to make his move. So he shows up, kidnaps her, drags her back to his condo, where he also throws her in the trunk to drive her back to his condo, where he has a priest show up. He throws her in a white dress and forces her to marry him. Loved it. 4 solid stars. And then there's quite the twist that I really, really enjoyed. So again, this was a banned book, and you can go to Danny's website to get it. And it was not very expensive if you're interested in reading it. It is very spicy, and it is full of Jessica's favorite breeding.
Yay!
I loved it. It was really good.
Okay.
Okay. So then I read a book.
You did?
I did. I don't know what happened. But
Okay.
anyways, okay, switch me over. Here we go. I read Under the Stars by Laura Pavlov. This is the second book in the Cottonwood Cove series. So Georgia becomes Maddox's assistant. Maddox is a grumpy, rich, you know, asshole kind of, but him and Georgia kind of get along. Georgia starts to fall for him. He kind of falls for Georgia. I got bored. Normally, I love Laura Pavlov. I have not really been enjoying the Cottonwood Cove series. I read the first book and it was okay. I rated this 3 stars. I liked it at times. It just wasn't what I normally enjoy from her. So, yeah, I just got really bored in it. Maybe it was me. I've been reading all this alien shit, and Laura Pavlov writes like
Not alien.
contemporary.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just didn't really care for it at times. That being said, though, I really liked the Honey Mountain series and everything after that. I've struggled a little bit with really enjoying this stuff before that. So maybe for me, her writing really found its groove with the Honey Mountain series, and then onward, I've enjoyed it. So that might just be a me thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. So then I read Thin Ice by Cassie Mint. This is about Mila. Mila is a figure skater. She has a partner, so it's figure skating pairs. They are training, they're trying to, be very successful. Like they're competitive. They're like, this isn't just for fun, they're competitive. And they have a coach, Coach McKay, who Jessica will love this, is Scottish. And she has developed a huge crush on him, and she decides to act on it. I loved it. I rated it 4 stars. It is age gap and also has like some,
Scottish.
yes, but it also has like the forbidden love feels because he's the coach. And if something goes awry there, it screws up her entire competitive career and her partners, who she is very good friends with. Like he's her best friend and they've spent a lot of time together.
Okay.
It is a novella, and Cassie Mint has this way of writing a novella where you feel like the book is very complete. Like
Yeah, that's
she
good.
doesn't leave stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Next.
next. I'm sorry that I read so much this week.
It's okay. I'm sorry that I didn't.
Okay, so my next book is Wicked Altar by Jane Henry. This is coming out on January 30th. I got the ALC for it. It is narrated by Kai Kennicott and Wynn Ross. They did a phenomenal job, as always, with this. I love them when they team up for Mafia. So, this is the first book in Jane's newest series, The McCarthy Family Legacy. So, in this, we have Erin. Erin's sister is like very, very ill. And she is on a very long wait list to get into this doctor that can potentially save her life. But they fear that by the time she actually gets in to see the doctor, it will be too late. And so the McCarthys really need Erin's family's trade routes. And so an arranged marriage is put into place. Erin believes she is going to have to go talk to Kevin, who she despises because him and many other kids in high school were bullies to her and tormented her to the point where she has trauma and like flashbacks of like the horrific things that they did to her. But she loves her sister dearly, so she agrees to go smooze with him to try and get this connection with the doctor because their family's friends with the doctor. While she's there, she's getting a tour of the house by Kevin, and he points to a room and says, "This is my room. This will be our room." And that is how she finds out that she's not just there to smooze him. Her mom has done an arranged marriage situation and she had no idea, and she is not happy. Loved it.
Did you know that Kai Kennicott and Wynn Ross are a married couple? Did I tell you
Yes, I
that?
think
Okay.
every time I talk about them, you ask
Yeah,
that.
because they were the first married couple I knew that narrated books. And
You
I
know
think they
them?
were, no, like I knew, like when I started listening, haha, very funny. But it was like when I found out they were married, I was like, oh, I didn't know married couples did this. But I think they were the very first narrators from the very first book that I read or listened to years and years and years ago.
Yeah. So I rated it 5 stars. Absolutely love the Irish mafia world that Jane Henry has created. Yeah. I was
Okay.
actually looking at her backlist and there is a lot I could get caught up on because I enjoy her stuff a lot. Okay, then my last book
Okay.
is Shot on Gold by J.C. Burton. This is told in third person, which already was a little rough for me. It is, though, all centered around the Winter Olympics. And since the Winter Olympics are coming, I decided to read this. So we have Amber, who is a figure skater, and Will, who is in hockey. And there was a note at the beginning of the book about there was some changes to the rules. And when this book was written, whatever Will specifically was competing in was still a support at the Winter Olympics. But anyways, so the two of them are at the Winter Olympics village. They meet up. Amber's mom, she is 24. She's still a virgin. Her mom has like micromanaged her life while she's been figure skating and trying to win the gold. She's come really close. And so this is like her year where she wants that gold. And so her mom is like, you cannot like talk to anybody, basically. Like, you need to be totally focused on this. And she kind of lets herself fall for Will. I enjoyed it at times. Other times, third person is a little hard for me. I did listen to it, so that made it a little bit easier. I rated it 3 stars. I liked it. And yeah.
Okay. That works. Jeff brought me a treat while you were talking.
I saw that.
And he brought me
Okay.
blackberry cobbler.
So that was my wild reading week. I was
That was
all over the place.
My sickly reading week. I was not committed.
It's okay.
So
you still read a lot. Like, I'm not sure why you're being hard on yourself.
And I am in the middle of Pam's, and that's taking a lot to beta read. So yeah. Okay, well, there we go. There was our week. I love the aliens. I love it, love it, love it. And I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yes. Well, tune in next week, Jessica.
There's this part of me that like desperately wants to do some rereads, and I'm like, well, no, because Mandy is reading them right now, so I won't reread them because then that's going to be a video of all Ice Planet Barbarians. So we don't want to do that. But
okay. All right. Well, make sure you guys tune in on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and most all Wednesdays for new videos from us. And don't forget about our Valentine's book exchange and our C. Hallman giveaway as we work on those 26 books of 2026.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Congratulations again to Joanna. And we'll see you in the next video. Or you'll see us in the next video.